Hi everyone, I thought I'd pop in and give you an update on my three sisters bed. The corn is doing well, as you can see. I'm excited, I've never done corn before. We'll go over to this side and you can see the beans. The beans were actually outgrowing the corn. You can see the beans twining up through there. They were outgrowing the corn, so I would just kind of wrap them around the stalks. But yeah, they're doing okay though. But the rule here in the Midwest is knee-high by the 4th of July, and these were knee-high by the 4th of July, even though I got them in late, so that's cool. Like I said, I'm real excited about this. Oh, then I have some squash. I can't remember what I planted there, but I put 2 Delicata Squash here. Now I'm having a big problem with my squash this year. They are not growing. They're just not growing. Squash, cucumbers, I'm not getting female flowers. They're just not going anywhere. And as an example, these are my winter squash. Last year at this time, and I have photographs, this stuff was 20 feet long, went over and across my garden. This year, this is what I got. I mean, they're growing. These two are. I think this is spaghetti and this is a butternut. And that, I think, is Delicata, and this Canadian crookneck down there. But, yeah, they're just not taking off like they did last year. I get plenty of sun. And it's everywhere in the garden. It's not just here. There's not a question of sun. The sunniest part of my yard, they're not taking off in. But anyway, don't know what the deal is. It is what it is. Of course, these were I found out bachelor buttons here, and they're kind of dying off a good deal. I do not deadhead them because I will show you in a video, the goldfinches just love eating on the seed heads on these things, so I will keep them up. Over here, they're not out yet, almost. These are all black-eyed Susans. I'm so good. I had to find these around the yard. I mean, I was looking all over the yard for these last year, and now, wow, they just really took off. I have some extra tomato plants I put in here. I stuck 3 in here after my cabbage was done, and I did have wonderful cabbage this year. And I'm gonna shake them every way. This is my, this is a Virginia sweet. I got from Steve, the seeds from Steve, and these are, both of these I believe were pink brandywines. I planted extra because I thought the other ones weren't going to make it, and they ended up, they're doing just fine. So just almost open, so cool. I dug up some of my potatoes over here. They were new potatoes, didn't get a whole lot. But I've got enough for a few meals, so that's good enough. And yeah, I don't know what the deal is. This is the first time I did it with a straw. I do know that my other batch of potatoes over here, they're Kennebec. I know those are fairly large underneath there. These were, I can't remember the name of them. I don't think they get to be very large potatoes. Apparently they don't. I have beans here. I believe these are pintos. I got my first okra off of this the other day. I planted a couple okra plants. I don't know whether I'll plant them again. It was kind of just an experiment, but I was excited to get my first okra off that. As I said, the squash are just nothing. I'm so disappointed because I love yellow crookneck squash and stuff. It's my favorite. I prefer it way over zucchini, and I'm just not getting anything. Parsnips, fine. So this is the original bed, and if you remember, this was my no-dig bed. I threw down paper bags, leaves, and half-finished compost. And as you see, it worked. It's fine. Everything is doing great. I got tomatoes. This gets a lot of sun over here, and the bed is fantastic. And a little bit of grass is coming up, but this fall I'll just cover it Yeah, I'm ready to pick this tomato over here. Squirrels have not been eating them, so I don't think I have to make cages for the rest of them. Yeah, that's my very first tomato. This is a black brandywine. This is a Virginia sweet. We have some tomatoes. All the plants I planted, tomato plants I planted, were for large tomatoes, so we will see. This is a pink brandywine. And these two over here are called carbon tomatoes. And they're not very big plants. I'm not really sure, but they're supposed to have fantastic tomatoes. I got the seeds for this from the seed swap box. So yeah, if you want to make a bed just on the fly, this worked out great. I did no digging at all. I just threw the paper down, a couple layers of it, threw some leaves on top and some compost to hold the leaves down. I waited a couple weeks and then just planted the tomato plants. And I haven't done anything else over here. So if you want to eat a bed on a fly, that works out great. You don't have to till up the soil or anything. So I thought I'd show you these, and I will show you one more thing. So my peppers are doing fantastic. They're buried in flowers over here. I just had my first red Jimmy Nardella last night, and I am a fan. And these are fantastic. And I'm waiting for those, the carbassi peppers, to turn red to eat those. And these are going to be for paprika. So I'm waiting on a lot of these. I got some jalapenos over here, and I've been actually got several Anaheims, and I have been cutting them up and freezing them for cooking. So I've had no luck with my melons, my cucumbers, squash. They're just not growing, except for my sugar baby watermelons. I stuck one, I had a spare one, so I stuck it in here. The other ones in the other bed just died. I think my neighbor sprayed them with Roundup. But, yeah, I was like, oh my God. I get so excited about these sugar baby watermelons. I did last year too. So I was excited to see that because I'm not having much luck with any of these melons this year. And I don't know if it's the heat or what. There's one I hope that took. And I'll go over here. So this was my melon bed, but I have a rabbit. A rabbit, the only rabbit in the neighborhood, and it's living in my yard. Of course it will live in my yard. If I was a rabbit, I'd live here too. But yeah, I'm not having much luck. The rabbit ate the, I think these were Golden Jenny melons over on this side. Maduras, I think these were Maduras over here, though there's still some there. I had sugar babies along here, and of course they're gone. I don't know, it looked like it got sprayed. He probably, I told him that I had watermelons growing up the fence. He said it was okay, but he might have forgot. And I asked his permission to grow it up the fence. He said it was fine, but he's an older gentleman, so he might have forgot. Anyway, I have, the only thing that seems to be getting female flowers on it of everything are these Minnesota midgets. And I actually do have female flowers. I think I saw one. I can't find it now, of course. I'm fingers crossed. I'm trying to hand pollinate, and that isn't necessarily working. The reason I left the radishes up here, I put in some Daikon radishes. Yeah. Well, I love the seed pods on those. They're fantastic. I'm not a big fan of radish because, how many radishes can you eat? But I love the seed pods. So I planted a bunch of these. I decided to leave them up because the flowers on them were drawing in pollinators. So I think I saw what might be. See, there's lots of females here. And yeah, we'll see if that took or not. I don't know. I thought there was another one in here, but I can't find it now. Oh, there. Oh, I don't know why I get so doggone excited about getting, oh, there's another. Oh my God. Oh my God. I hope they took. I'm sorry. The These are Minnesota midgets. I was just disappointed. What I did was I stopped coming over here and looking because it is frustrating when you try to see if anything has female flowers on it and it never does, and it gets, you know, the season's wearing on and you're like, I want some melons. So I just stopped looking. I was hoping that would work, and apparently it did for this plant. I have to show you the Mexican sunflower here. These are so beautiful. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. We have another one I planted over here. Heard the hummingbirds like it, and I do have hummingbirds, of course, in my yard, but I haven't seen any on here, and I don't sit by my window and look out to see if there's any around, usually. Okay, that's it. I think I've done enough. My cucumbers are doing nothing. Like I said, I'm just not getting anything, so I'm really, really excited to see the Minnesota midgets and the sugar babies take off. You see, that's pretty much my garden here. I had to actually put something around my sweet potato vines because, believe it or not, that little rabbit is eating my sweet potato vines because I had one here and it's been eaten down. But yeah, we're doing good. The peppers are a big success, but I usually don't have trouble doing peppers. Here I have another sugar baby, and I have another one in this container up here too. So, and I think I have a Mudhuras, something like that, Madhuras melon here. So we'll see if that does anything. So we have been having temperatures like 95 degrees for the last 3-4 weeks. And we're going to have hundreds for the next 4 days. So that's why I'm out pretty early this morning, because it's going to get really, really hot. And I'm wondering if that is why some of these plants just aren't growing very well. It's the temperatures have just been really high. And I'd like to say that that's unusual for my region where I live, but it's not. It's not at all. It's pretty typical of the summertime temperatures. It must have, I didn't have trouble growing melons and squash last year, so I'm assuming it's just hotter this year. But yeah, we get up into the hundreds sometimes, and we hover around the 95s during July and August. So weirdly though, last year I had powdery mildew on everything by the July 1st, and so far I have no powdery mildew on any of my veggies. Very strange. Okay, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.